these magnets are not expensive. They're just in every motor. They're like a little starter in every motor. They're not expensive. They're not a big deal, but China has a monopoly on them. And so they were trying to hold it over us. And so what we did is Donald Trump said, look, every 2 days, put something on them. No airplane parts. Put their airplanes on the ground. No ethane. They can't make plastics. And you know what happened? They came to the table.
The U.S. and China are using export controls to gain leverage in trade talks. But now President Trump is looking to take that bargaining chip away from the CCP. The White House reportedly might use Cold War-era powers to fund rare earth mining projects around the country and develop a domestic supply chain for it. And there's definitely untapped potential. New report says Wyoming alone could have 2 billion metric tons of rare earths. This needed to start yesterday, Lou. Do you think the Defense Production Act is a way to do it?
I think it's a start, but it's not a near-term solution. I mean, as you can imagine, any type of mining takes a lot of time to get through permitting. Even if you accelerate that, it actually takes a lot of time to get into the ground, locate it, do the seismic studies, figure out where it is, and get it out of the ground. So, yes, we should be going down parallel paths. Do this, open up the resources that we have domestically, but you've got to find a way to come to the table and with China and come to an agreement, because these aren't just rare earth elements; they're essential earth elements. We use
Howard Lutnick was kind of playing them down. He said, they're not that big of a deal. They just go into starting your motors. Was he downplaying it a little bit there?
Absolutely downplaying it, right? These are essential minerals that go into every type of electric vehicles. You can't exist in this digital world without these elements. I think it's a case of good cop, bad cop. Let's do the negotiating in the public square, try and have it there litigated and negotiated, and come back and at the bargaining table, you're really going to have to secure those.
Well, Jackie, it's why he was talking about Greenland early in his administration. It's why he did a deal with Ukraine. It's part of the reason he went over to Saudi Arabia. So the president's moving here. But to Lou's point, is it just the case that you can't move fast enough? Because what we needed to do on this, we should have done 5, 10, 15 years ago?
Years and years ago. Absolutely. And I think that, it was difficult to sort of see this coming to a certain degree. At the same time, hindsight's always 20/20. But, the president's doing everything that he can. I love the diversification, saying if we can get it from somewhere else, we should be trying to. But they're also not as advanced in their mining processes. If we have a deal with Ukraine, we're going to be helping them to try to mine those minerals. So ultimately, what I'd like to see happen is to have it happen here in the United States. I mean, when I think about everything that President Trump is doing, if he was able to do this, there are so many. You'll look back on this, so many historic decisions that he's made. We've learned the hard way from oil, for example, that if we don't do it here when we have the resources, we're making a big mistake. So he is talking about deregulation and faster permitting when it comes to oil, natural gas, all of our other natural resources. I think he's got to move the ball forward with respect to the rare earths. What was the stat that Larry brought up the other day? He said it's only
180 million.
Right. 180 million in rare earths would be all that essentially we need. Is that? Yeah.
In a year, maybe.
And so it doesn't really sound like that much. And I know that it's difficult to get to. We just have to figure out a way to do it.
It's a tricky 180. Lydia, I think the challenge always with this, because you're one of the lawyers of the many lawyers we have here, all of this always gets tied up in the courts. Oh, yeah. Right? So you've got a mining. Minnesota was a case where they had a mining opportunity in northern Minnesota. But the state and the lawyers aligned with the state and the NGOs all want to block it, right? So does the Defense Production Act, because I don't know this legally, does that allow you just to kind of take a Excalibur and just cut right through the Gordian knot of all this stuff?
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty and the genius of relying on something like the Defense Production Act. You can kind of fast track and prioritize certain projects and streamline them, so to speak. I mean, we relied on it during COVID when we needed masks and PPE to protect all of our first responders, and we were able to fast track all of that. So it's a very similar use. So that's the genius there. But just because we're able to use it doesn't mean that we'd be able to get up to speed overnight. I was just curious about what types of rare earth minerals we have in our own country. We pointed out Wyoming, you did just a moment ago. California is another great source. There's a great repository in North Carolina where there's small towns working on them, a quartz mine down there. So the good news, it seems, is that we do have them. in the United States. We just got to figure out how to mine them. And to the point about the Defense Production Act, revisiting the beauty of Trump's agenda is revisiting the regulations and the framework that is like holding us back. How do we create a right balance so we can mine and get what we need to get?
But you're always going to have a harder, even using Defense Production Act, you're always going to have a harder fight in the blue states. So, for example, in Minnesota, they're going to tie you up in court and make it nearly impossible.
That'll be California's 27th.
I was just going to say that.
I'm sorry, what?
It'll be California's 27th lawsuit. We were just talking about how they filed 26 lawsuits against Trump administration. That'll be the 27th.
But if you've got red states that are willing to play ball, that would be certainly the place.
Right.
Yeah. Can you talk about innovation for a second with this?
Let's do it.
You made an awesome point this week about how companies are trying to innovate around needing rare earths. So if China controls them, we can't mine from fast enough. Find a way to do more with less.
Yes, it was Nissan and Renault who had started to work on EVs and motors that either had a lower, used 40% fewer parts of rare earth metals or no metals at all, and had started to say, we're not going to do this. There is also another big case study. Your favorite, the World Economic Forum, Brian.
Not my favorite.
Put out a note saying that Japan has been stockpiling rare earth metals since 2010 to reduce the reliance on China, because back in 2010, they figured out we don't want to do this with China.
Yeah.
So they go to Australia. They're stockpiling. They've reduced their dependence on this issue from China down to 60% from 90%.
Interesting.
And this is after China raised the prices on rare earth minerals for them and did all sorts of things after a fishing incident that then ended up spiraling into this issue. So if we had been awake 15 years ago, we could have started this process and we probably wouldn't be where we are today. But it's not too late. That was 2 years ago, where they're saying, hello, even the World Economic Forum, stop depending on China for this stuff.
And this is a bipartisan
and we haven't
issue,
gone up.
too, that people might not realize. Catalytic converters in cars require rare earth minerals. That's an emissions green agenda. If we don't have secure supplies, we're polluting our environment. So it should be bipartisan.
Fascinating stuff.